Welcome to Writer's Block, a creative writing club for young writers. I'd like to start each of our club meetings with a word of the day, and the word I picked for today is authenticity. Have you heard this word before, and what do you think it means? Just take a moment. What does it mean to be authentic? If you weren't sure, the answer is that authenticity means the quality of being genuine. So some synonyms could include trustworthiness, reliability, dependability. And just to give you a context, authenticity is a quality we want to develop in our writing this year. And that's the reason I chose the word for today. Because what we're all about is being authentic, is being ourselves. It's not trying to be someone else, although we certainly can learn from other writers and even model some of their, follow some of their styles. But we want to be ourselves, and that's what makes each of our writings so unique. So be creative. Another key factor for writer's block is positive and constructive feedback. And so my desire and my hope is that wherever you are, you can be watching these short videos with your friends who may enjoy writing, friends who might just think of it as a fun hobby, but just a chance to give each other feedback and help each other grow as writers. And we're going to be talking about a way to do that in a little bit. Also, it gives us a chance to try new things. Don't think of writing as just something you have to do to pass an English class. It can be something that lets you express your feelings, express your emotions, express truth. So writing just really opens so many doors. Have a yes we can approach. Instead of thinking, writing, it's too hard some days. We can do this. Also, it's about mutual trust and respect. So again, if you're listening with a group of friends, well, sometimes, yes, it's fun to poke fun at each other. This is writing, and writing is intensely personal. So always, always treat each other and your writing with respect, because you're entrusting that writing to your friends to give constructive feedback on, perhaps. And then, yes, friendships. Friendships really develop as we write and as we are creative together. And I'll share a little story in just a minute about my own personal experience. So what are the expectations for the club? Well, participate. Like I said, every month we're going to have a new lesson, if you would, a new activity, a new challenge. And now when I say there's an opportunity for returners, what I mean by that is I've been teaching this creative writing club for the academy at which I teach for a couple years now. And if any of those students are watching or interested in watching, there's an opportunity for them to participate here as well. And of course, welcome any first-timers. Again, we're just kicking this monthly feature off on the blog, and so I'm just excited for anyone who's joining us. Another expectation is personal growth. And I don't mean that in an overly serious way. I just mean as a writer, in our craft, it's a chance for us to grow. And it's also a chance for us to grow in relationship to God and each other. And then last of all, positive interactions. Whenever I invite you to leave comments or share, keep it positive. There's enough negativity in this world. Let's make this a positive, encouraging place. I want to talk briefly about the power of words, and I've listed a couple scriptures for you here. I really encourage you to look those up, and also to, if you're in a group, maybe take turns reading them, because scripture is so powerful and really has so much to say about the power of our words and how they can either build up or tear down. Another passage I didn't even list was in James, where it talks about the power of the tongue. And in many ways, our pens or our keyboards are our tongues. And so these words just have such a weight of responsibility and also an awesome opportunity. And I really like this quote by Mother Teresa. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. So again, focus on building each other up through our words, because you never know the long-term impact that you might be having. So again, what can you expect? Like I said, it's going to be a monthly feature. I'm planning to post on the third Monday of the month, give or take. There's always exceptions, but that's the goal. There are going to be monthly writing activities and challenges that you can, as a writer, practice, or again, if you're in a group, practice together. And for those of you who do meet in groups, I just want to spend a few moments talking about how to share and give feedback. But before I do that, I want to share a personal story, because I started writing creatively when my older brother was in middle school. So I was probably, maybe 6th or 7th grade, maybe. I was about 11 years old, so actually I might have been a little younger. But my older brother had a creative writing assignment, and he shared it with my twin brother and me, and then our closest friends. And we just thought it was such a fun concept to write this story, we decided to expand it long after my brother's project was over. And so we wrote chapter books together, each one of us taking a turn to write what happens next in the novel or story. And I can tell you now, those stories were so ridiculous and off the wall, but we had so much fun doing it. And in the process, I discovered how much I loved and enjoyed writing. So you just never know what experience is going to spark that gift that God's given you. And what do I mean by sandwich method approach? Well, for those of you who are in groups, that's how you can share with each other. So think of giving constructive feedback as a sandwich. First of all, you want to start with praise or something the writer did well. Be sincere when you do this. So don't overly flatter, but find something specific that you like. And after that, sandwich in a constructive area for improvement, or maybe a question you have. Maybe, hey, I didn't really understand what you meant here. Could you reword that to make the idea clearer? Or, you really overuse the adverb really. How can you maybe clean up your writing by removing unnecessary adverbs? So, finding one specific area that the writer can focus on. Don't think of it as criticizing, but as helping in a constructive way. And again, our words and our tone are very important when we're giving constructive criticism. And then finally, finish off with some words of praise or encouragement. I really like the piece overall, and I think once you make those minor adjustments, you're going to have a really solid piece of writing. Just finish off with something, again, that's sincere, but also encouraging. So that's the sandwich method. I encourage you, especially those of you who are in groups, to use this whenever you're reviewing each other's writing. And I hope you will share, because that's so much fun and so much of what writing is. It's not meant to be just an isolating activity, something you can share and enjoy with others. So maybe if you're only, you're not with a group who's writing, maybe find a friend, ask if you can share and get feedback, or share with a family member. But definitely seek out that constructive criticism and also be willing to give it. Why do we write? I know today has been more of an introductory video, but I briefly want to talk about why we write. And these ideas I'm taking from the book Creative Writing for People Who Can't Not Write. And so maybe if you're here today, that's you. You can't not write. So why do we do it? And here are a couple reasons. To be creative, to develop inborn talent, maybe that you're just discovering, to find out why we think or feel about something. Sometimes just journaling or getting our thoughts on paper really helps us to focus. We also write to share our ideas and feelings, to express ourselves. Sometimes we write to intensify life by writing about it, an experience that really impacted you, and you want to put it down on paper, not only so that you don't forget, but so that others can be blessed by it. Sometimes we just like to use words. And I definitely want to add one that wasn't on this list. And a reason we should write is to glorify God. You know, He's given us this ability, so we should use it. And we should use it to bless other people. So why do you write? This is today's challenge or writing activity. So pick one of the reasons from the previous slide and develop it from your point of view. Or you could write your own reason. Come up with your own reason and explain it. Your response should only be about 100 to 200 words. This is just a short writing activity for you to do on your own and then share with someone or in a group. And then, although you can't probably have room to share your whole response, I'd encourage you to pick 1 or 2 sentences that you feel really capture some of your key reasons for why you write and post it in the video comments. I would love to hear from you. And what I'm going to do now, just in case you weren't taking notes on the previous screen, I'm just going to go back and show you that slide, why we write, just so you can be thinking about, why do I write? Maybe it's a question you've never asked, but I challenge you to ask it today and use that prompt as your first activity here at Writer's Block. Write on. Have a blessed day.